Have you ever wondered why, when looking at a map of international flights, there seems to be a massive void over the Pacific Ocean? As if a mysterious force keeps aircraft away from that vast stretch of water that covers nearly a third of our planet's surface. Well, get ready for an intriguing journey through the secrets of the Earth's largest ocean. The Pacific, with its vast blue expanse, hides much more than we can imagine at first glance. Covering an area of 63.8 million square miles, it's larger than all the continents combined. To put it in perspective, if all the land on the planet were gathered together, it still wouldn't be enough to cover the Pacific. Impressive, isn't it? But what does this have to do with airplanes? Well, this is where our story gets even more interesting. Imagine yourself as a commercial airline pilot. Your job is to safely transport hundreds of passengers from one point to another across the globe. Now, look at the Pacific. What do you see? Miles and miles of water, with no landmarks, no emergency landing strips, no city lights on the horizon. Just the endless blue of the ocean. This vastness presents unique challenges for aviation. First, there's the issue of navigation. With no visual landmarks, pilots rely entirely on sophisticated instruments to stay on course. And if something goes wrong, that's where the second big challenge comes in. The lack of emergency landing options. On flights over land, there are always alternate airports where a plane can land if needed. Over the Pacific, those options are drastically reduced. The few islands scattered across the ocean are like needles in a giant haystack. But wait, the story gets even more intriguing. The Pacific isn't just vast, it's also a playground for some of the planet's most intense weather phenomena. Have you heard of the Ring of Fire? No, we're not talking about an action movie. The Ring of Fire is a region surrounding the Pacific, known for its intense volcanic and seismic activity. About 90% of the world's earthquakes occur in this region. And that's not all. The Pacific is home to some of the most powerful typhoons and hurricanes we've ever seen. These meteorological giants can have winds exceeding 186 miles per hour, capable of taking down even the most robust aircraft. Now, you might be wondering, but what about the islands? Aren't there paradise-like places scattered across the Pacific? Yes, there are. The Pacific is dotted with over 25,000 islands. Sounds like a lot, doesn't it? But when you consider the vastness of the ocean, these islands are like grains of sand on a massive beach. Some of these islands are true earthly paradises with white sand beaches, crystal clear waters, and fascinating cultures. French Polynesia, for example, with its 118 islands and atolls, is a dream destination for many travelers. But for airplane pilots? Well, these small islands are more of a challenge than a solution. Let's talk numbers for a moment. The longest commercial flight currently in operation lasts about 18 hours. That's a long time in the air, right? Now, imagine if something went wrong in the middle of that flight over the vast Pacific. The margin for error is minimal, and every minute counts. But don't think airplanes never cross the Pacific. They do. However, the routes are carefully planned to minimize risks. Planes tend to fly closer to coasts, where there are more landing options in case of an emergency. It's as if there's an invisible corridor in the sky, a safe route that aircraft follow. There's also a rule in aviation called ETOPS Extended Range Twin Engine Operational Performance Standards. Simply put, it determines how far a plane can fly from a suitable airport. The more reliable the plane, the farther it can venture over the ocean. But even the most modern aircraft have limits. Now, let's dive into some fascinating curiosities about the Pacific that make this region even more mysterious. Did you know there's a place in the Pacific known as the Point Nemo? It's the most remote spot in the ocean, so far from any land that the nearest humans are often the astronauts on the International Space Station. Imagine a plane needing to make an emergency landing there. And what about the famous Bermuda Triangle? While it's in the Atlantic, it has a cousin in the Pacific, the Devil's Sea, south of Japan. Both areas are known for alleged mysterious disappearances of ships and planes, fueling conspiracy theories and maritime legends. The Pacific also houses the Mariana Trench, the deepest point on Earth. At nearly 7 miles deep, it's like stacking 11 Eiffel Towers on top of each other. The pressures at these depths are so intense that few forms of life can survive there. It's an alien world right here on Earth. Speaking of marine life, the Pacific is home to some of the most fascinating and bizarre creatures on the planet. From the blobfish, which looks like it came straight out of a cartoon, to the terrifying anglerfish with its sharp teeth and a bioluminescent fishing rod on its head. It's an underwater universe that rivals any science fiction film. But not everything in the Pacific is majestic or mysterious. Unfortunately, the ocean also faces serious environmental challenges. One of the biggest concerns is the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, an area of about 617,000 square miles, almost 3 times the size of France, where plastic waste accumulates, brought together by ocean currents. It's a grim reminder of humanity's impact on our planet. Climate change is also profoundly affecting the Pacific. Rising sea levels threaten to swallow entire island nations. Tuvalu, a small island country in the South Pacific, could become the first country to disappear completely due to rising sea levels. It's a race against time for these nations. Returning to aviation, it's fascinating to think that even with all our modern technology, there are still such formidable challenges like crossing the Pacific. It's a reminder that no matter how much we've advanced, nature still imposes its limits. But humanity is persistent. Engineers and scientists are constantly working on new technologies to make flights over the Pacific safer and more efficient. Who knows, in the not-too-distant future, we might see direct routes linking South America to Australia, crossing the heart of the Pacific. In the meantime, the next time you're on an international flight and look out the window, seeing nothing but the endless blue ocean below, remember, you're flying over a world of mysteries, challenges, and wonders. A world that, despite covering much of our planet, still holds secrets we're just beginning to uncover. The Pacific, with its vast blue expanse, paradise islands, bizarre deep-sea creatures, and challenges for air navigation, continues to fascinate and intrigue us. It's a constant reminder of how vast and mysterious our planet truly is. And so, we conclude our journey through the enigmatic Pacific Ocean and the challenges it presents for modern aviation. The next time you travel by plane, you might view the sky and ocean with different eyes, aware of the secrets and wonders hidden beyond the horizon. If you were intrigued by these curiosities about the Pacific and aviation challenges, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We have much more fascinating content about the mysteries of our planet and the wonders of modern technology. Click the subscribe button now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss a single video. See you on the next adventure.